Hello and welcome to IndiaWood in its 13th edition. We come to you from the Bangalore International Exhibition Center, where all the big players, when it comes to the woodworking machinery and the woodworking industry in India, come under this one roof on one platform to discuss all things wood. When it comes to German engineering, we have one too many names. But when it comes to the wood industry, how can we forget the one company, Hettich? And today we are here to talk about all things wood and the future of this industry with Mr. Andre from Hettich, who is here to talk to us about all things that Hettich is planning to do, not just in this year, but the roadmap of this country and what a platform like IndiaWood really does to industry leaders like Mr. Andre. Mr. Andre, thank you very much for taking the time out to do this little interview with us. We are at IndiaWood 2024. It's the 13th edition. Your first thoughts?
First of all, namaste to everyone. I'm happy to be here. Thanks for the opportunity and the platform also to speak out. About the thoughts, like you were asking about my impressions about the IndiaWood, right?
Yes.
So IndiaWood for us, it's always, it's a massive platform where we are meeting the entire industry, where we have a chance also to interact, to build up on relations, because at the end of the day, people are doing business with people. And us as an organization, which is 135 years old, it's just about like long-term sustainable growth, which we are doing along with our partners for so many years already. So IndiaWood, it's every second year, and every second year it's a great opportunity for us to meet and greet with the entire industry.
So I mentioned about German engineering and what a marvel it really is.
Yes.
And there are several names to take. When it comes to Hettich, you mentioned it's a 135-year-old. There's a history behind it. There's a legacy. It's really a big legacy.
Yes.
But take us through the Hettich story, the Hettich journey, the story, and of course, you coming to India. Take us through that.
So, I mean, if I'm really coming up with the entire story, we have a book about the Hettich story, which has more than 200 pages. To make it very crispy and short, we have, we have been founded in the year 1888. 135 years old. And we are in the fourth generation. We are still a 100% family-owned company. And Dr. Andre Eckholt himself, he is very much into the business, and he's frequently traveling also to India. And everything started in the Black Forest, so in the southern part of Germany. And we took a strategic call, let's say 50, 60 years ago, where we decided to go to the Silicon Valley of the kitchen industry, which is in the center of Germany, where all the big kitchen players are, like Nobilia, Hecker, Nolte. And we together, we have shaped the industry, we can say this very proudly. And I mean, the story of me coming to Hettich, I'm working for the organization already since February 2009. I never thought about, it's true. I never thought about being so long with one and the same organization. But as the organization was growing, I also had opportunities to grow. And one opportunity was bringing me to India. The first time in 2012. And 13, where I had the opportunity to come up with our first manufacturing footprint in doing business in India. Until that time, I became an ambassador of India. I love the food, the culture, the people, the opportunities.
We'll discuss your favorite dishes toward the end of this interview. But let's talk about Hettich and the word sustainability, which is really, for some people, it is just a buzzword. But I would personally like to believe that it is not just a buzzword. It is something that we all need to talk about. And sustainability really is at the core of every business, not just in India, but globally. How committed is Hettich towards this?
It's the core of our business. It's not only a core of any business, it's a core of our business. And us being 135 years, it's about long-term sustainable growth. So it's our DNA. Sustainability is part of our core DNA. It's part of our strategical targets. And I can proudly say that by 2030, we will be globally carbon neutral, right? Which is a big task because at the end of the day, we are manufacturing our own products, means we have a huge footprint all across the world with a lot of emissions. And we are targeting to become carbon neutral by 2030.
By 2030?
By 2030 latest.
Okay.
Just to bring you one example, what we are doing in Vadodara.
Yes.
In Vadodara, we have a big manufacturing setup. We are employing more than 800 people there. And we have very energy-intensive manufacturing processes. We have covered all our roof with solar panels.
Right.
We get green energy through wind. And even as on date, already 70% of our energy is green.
Okay.
Without any emission to the environment. So, and this is just one example what we are working on. We are investing into it. And we do not only talk about, we also deliver. So sustainability is an essential part in our way of doing business.
So not just talk, not just on paper, but Hettich truly is committed towards sustainability. And like Mr. Andre just explained briefly, in fact, that the company intends to go carbon neutral by 2030. And he, in fact, also talked about what they're doing at their Vadodara plant. So thank you for talking about that, sir. Let's now move to what I think I've been asking most companies, because it's important to also highlight what a challenging year 2020 was for everybody across the globe, the year of the pandemic, 2020. Yeah. Now, that was also the year that also benefited a lot of sectors, and I believe the wood sector also benefited from it. Talk to us about how Hettich how did it manage to stride through a challenging year like 2020, because manpower was less, there was scarcity of a lot of natural resources, there was a lot of hindrance and growth overall. But the wood sector did manage to tide along. How did Hettich tide along?
I mean, more speaking from a global perspective.
Yes.
2020 was challenging, but it was also full of opportunities. Right? And especially coming from the supply chain point of view. Us as a global player, having our manufacturing footprints all across the world was bringing a lot of advantages as compared to others in our environment, because we were able to produce the products on our own in our manufacturing hubs, and we kept the supply chain stable, which was really an added value for us as compared to others in doing business. And I mean, this is just from a supply chain perspective, but from a demand perspective, there was a sharp drop, honestly speaking, like anywhere else in the world, especially in Europe and India and everywhere. This was a period of time of 3, 4, up to 6 months, where we could feel like everybody was afraid and spending money. The buying power was going down. That's what we could also feel. But we were investing at this time, right? So we were making use of this drop in demand. And we were finding our way to be prepared once the demand is going up. So, and that's how we survived. So we were reviewing our processes. And then there was a huge increase in demand, because people spend more time at home. And they understood, like, spending more time at home means also making my own 4 walls nicer.
And shopping online a little.
Shopping online, investing into. And this was a great opportunity. And there was a big wave, big pent-up demand, which was challenging our supply chain also, but we managed well.
Well, that's really nice to know that you managed to tide along just like the rest of the world. What sets Hettich apart from its competitors? What sets it apart? This is your chance to really tell the world what Hettich is all about.
I believe, first of all, we are happy about any competitor coming into the market, because the market is still big enough, right? So everybody else is part of the cake, and the cake is growing every year. So, and all together we can influence the industry and do better to the society for the future, right? So that's why I'm saying every competitor is welcome to join us. And we are not afraid. Also because of the reason, and here I'm coming what is differentiating us from the multinational point of view, multinational players in way of doing business in India. None of the multinational players has such a commitment to India like we have. So we could easily say we are just importing from Germany the components which we are producing in Germany and keeping the revenue also in Germany. We are not doing it. We are investing into India. We have invested more than 1,000 crores over the past years. We are investing another 700 crores in the next 3 years into our manufacturing footprint. But not only in this, also we are employing people. We are investing into CSR, like I have mentioned, educated more than 50,000 carpenters all across the country. So I believe the commitment to India is differentiating us from any other bigger player doing business in India. So, and I think also our partners should appreciate this at the end of the day, right?
What is the roadmap ahead? What does it look like for Hettich? This year and the years to come,
I mean, the roadmap is saying let's leverage the potential, what is there in the industry. Yeah. Let's keep on going, shaping the industry together with all our partners. And we are thinking big. So our commitment to India is increasing year on year. Right. We are willing to further invest into the country, the people, the society, and we are happy to be here. And obviously in thinking big, I mean, we want to continue on our growth path, obviously.
What does a platform like IndiaWood do to you, do to industry leaders and experts like yourself, for Hettich? What do you benefit out of this?
I mean, I was beginning the interview with you in the way of saying people are doing business with people.
Right.
And this here is nothing else than a big platform to connect
right.
with our partners, with our customers, with our friends, right? Because if people are doing business with people, it's all about trust, which is the basis. And you can build up on this through thanks to platforms like this. And we are happy to be here. Also, obviously, to show our novelties, what we have in our kitty,
right.
When it comes to furniture fittings, interior solutions. And that's all about it.
And like I'd mentioned earlier, we're going to conclude this interview by asking you your favorite Indian dishes, since you mentioned you love the food so much.
I love food a lot, and especially the Indian food, and I have the big advantage that I love the spicy food.
Oh, I was just going to ask, if it was too spicy for you?
No, it's not at all. It can't be spicy enough.
So I'm guessing you like the chicken tikka masala, butter chicken.
I like the chicken tikka masala, but I do also like the simple, like lady fingers, right?
The bindi.
Pan-fried lady fingers.
Yeah.
The paneer with the cottage cheese, with the spinach.
Palak paneer.
Yes.
All right. So now that we've learned the Hettich story, the Hettich journey, not just in India, but also globally, we've understood it. We've also managed to ask Mr. Andre his favorite Indian dishes. He thinks it's not too spicy, but we'll still give you some more time.
Yeah.
Maybe because Indian food is just really spicy. But thank you so much, Mr. Andre, for taking your time out to talk to us, to talk us through Hettich, the story, the journey, and we welcome you once again at IndiaWood at the 30th edition. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it a lot, and all the best to you as well.